Hello, my name's Chef Robert Sevely. I am the executive chef of the University of Redlands and Harvest Table, and today we're going to be making Agua Frescas. We're going to jump right in, and the very first one that we're going to be doing is going to be a Jamaica orange lemonade. And this is just a really fun one. It's completely vegan because we're using agave, and we fresh squeeze our own juices and all that good stuff. So let's talk about Jamaica really fast. Jamaica is a type of flower, and this is what it looks like in its dried state. It has great color. These are actually flower petals. It tastes a little sour. You have to try it. You can get it at like your local Starbucks or even at other coffee houses and stuff like that, or tea at the grocery store. And so it's just a really great item. So you'll see the color that we get out of it is just absolutely amazing. So this is 2 cups of water, and it's boiling water, and I put it over the Jamaica to steep. And so then we're going to use a fine mesh strainer to strain it all through. You can see that amazing red color that we get out of it. Be careful, it will stain your clothes. And so then I'm just going to press it. And what I do is I pour boiling water over the top of it, and then I let it set. Once it comes to room temperature, I can start making my agua fresca with it. So like I said, now be careful. I have a trash can over here. I'm going to get rid of this because like I said, it will stain everything. But now we're going to go in with fresh squeezed lemon juice, fresh squeezed orange juice, and then we're going to do like probably half of this. So this is a cup and a half or 2.5 cups of agave. I'm going to add right about half of that and reserve it, and then I'm going to taste it as I go. So then we're going to add in the water. Oh, that's amazing. We're just going to give this a good stir. All right, so now I'm going to give it a taste. And it's still really tangy. So I think I'm going to add the rest of that 2.5 cups of the agave. That's going to make it taste nice and sweet. And then from there, just for garnish, I have all of this orange and lemon slices. So we're going to pour those in. And then I'm going to take it right over to my station over here, and I'm going to pour it in. All right, so now we're going to pour it into our drink mixer. Over the ice. That's going to cool it off great. And you can see the color on that just looks absolutely amazing. So let's make another one. Okay, so now we're going to make the bulldog horchata. And this is just a really fun one. We're going to be using jasmine rice, which I soaked for at least 2 hours, sometimes up to 12 or maybe even overnight. You want to soak it in the refrigerator with your amount of water that you're supposed to be using. Just follow the recipe. I need a full-blown blender, and so that's where we're going to start. Now, you soak with your cinnamon sticks, so these get really soft and pliable too. So we're gonna go into our blender cup. We're gonna add both those cinnamon sticks and then some of our rice. And then I separated out my water that I soaked in so I could kind of do this in increments. So we're gonna go in like so. We're gonna get our lid on, and then we're gonna start blending. All right, so this is a variable blender. It's a Vitamix. So I'm going to start on a very low speed, and then I'm going to bring it on up. Let it go for a little bit. right, then I'm gonna shut it off. I have a fine mesh strainer here again. And so I'm gonna go down through that. And then I'm gonna get another batch going. And then each time that I push this through, especially since this has all the cinnamon in it, I wanna go back into my blender with whatever I strained out so I get the most out of my rice. I'm gonna dump more rice in. And I should be able to get this in about 2 batches. I wanna make sure I get all of it, just like so. All of it to a point. Add more water. Just like that. My lid back on. And continue to blend. All right, now that that's done, take this off, pour it back through the strainer. Another way to do it is you take a smaller ladle and you can just pulse this ladle right up and down, and that agitates the product in your strainer enough to where it just pushes it right through. And then I can squeeze the rest of that rice and get out all the flavor of the cinnamon and the rice and all that good stuff. And you can see it's absolutely pulverized at this point. And then I'll just set this off to the side. And then now I'm gonna add my remaining 8 cups of water. I'm gonna add my vanilla, which that was right at a teaspoon of vanilla. Then I have sweetened condensed milk. This is gonna be our primary sugar. It's also gonna make our horchata creamy. So we want all of that. And then now we're gonna go with the evaporated milk. All the evaporated milk goes in. Make sure you get all of that. And then we're gonna give it a stir. And for the most part, that's our horchata. Now, I'm gonna taste it. I'm gonna see if I feel like it's sweet enough. We are gonna be pouring this over the top of ice. And so I do have a little bit of agave if I feel like I need it. So let's taste it. That's amazing. I'm not gonna add any agave at all. I'm gonna go right in and go over the top of ice. All right, so for horchata, we'll go right in the center, over the top of ice. Oh yeah, that looks great. I can't wait to taste it again. All right. All right, so now we're gonna do mint melon madness. And so this is one of my favorite. Like, you can get all different kinds of, different types of melons. The main one is, I really kind of wanted this more of a green color today. So the main melon that we're gonna be using is honeydew. So this is our honeydew, nice and beautiful green, but obviously you can do this with whatever is in season. I mean, it works with strawberries, it works with watermelon, pineapple, whatever you wanna do, you can switch this recipe up. So we're gonna go in with our honeydew. Then we have a honey melon, which is different than honeydew. It has the yellow rind on the outside. And then we have our cantaloupe. So cantaloupe being orange and all that good stuff. Then we have our fresh mint from right here on Redlands campus. It's, you know, grown right out back. So after that, we have our agave, and it can vary. I tasted the fruit, so I'm gonna use all 2 cups of the agave today. That's gonna go in. And then I have my water. After that's gonna be ice, but I wanna blend it first. So from here, I'm gonna take an immersion blender. If all you have is a regular blender, just do that one. But we're gonna go in here. And these immersion blenders just work out really, really well because we're not transferring back and forth. And what else is great about an immersion blender too is I can do it straight into hot liquids. All right, now I got the consistency that I want it, and it's ready. So I definitely want to taste it. It's so delicious. It's really great. It's got this great pact of melon and mint. Like I said, mint melon madness. How can you go wrong? We're gonna add some whole sprigs of mint too, just to go right in on the top. We're gonna take our spoon and stir those in. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pour it over ice. So here we go. All right, so we get this over the top of the ice. Oh man, that looks awesome. Okay, so we have all the drinks out in front of me. You can find all these recipes online at dining.redlands.edu. The drinks that we have today, we have the Jamaica Orange Lemonade, we have the Bulldog Horchata, we have the Mint Melon Madness, and we're super excited for you guys to come back in the fall. I'm gonna share these with all of my coworkers. I'm gonna take a little refreshing drink myself, but before that, you know, we want everybody staying safe, staying careful out there. So I'm gonna invite in my coworkers and we're gonna get to drinking. We'll see you guys in just a few weeks. Stay safe.